Hi everyone, welcome back to Mrs. Dempsey's Diaries. It's so good to have you here. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I've been getting a lot of questions about what are my go-to pregnancy items, my pregnancy essentials, if you will. So I'm gonna go through the first trimester, the second trimester, the third trimester, all the way up to where I'm at now, and give you guys some detailed information about what got me through, what were my go-to have-to-have items, and everything that's been essential for me this pregnancy. Firstly, I want to say that every pregnancy is different, every woman is different, every body is different, so certainly do what's best for you and for your body, whether that's advice from your doctor or your midwife or your provider or your mom or your sister or your friend or whoever it is that you guys are getting your information. If it has worked for you, that's awesome. What I'm going to go through today is really what's worked for me. So this has been stuff that's been great for me. Maybe something will be different for you. So take whatever applies to you and leave whatever doesn't, and just roll with it. Everybody's pregnancy is different. This week, I am 35 weeks pregnant and baby Dempsey's arrival is just around the corner. I'm so excited. I have been totally nesting this week. I have been washing clothes and I've been organizing the drawers, and I've just been trying to get as ready as I possibly can, including installing our car seat. So at this 35-week mark, our car seat is now installed in the car and we are ready to go for whatever baby Dempsey decides to make his or her arrival. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive right into the first trimester. The first trimester, my body didn't really change at all, but I had a lot of first trimester pregnancy symptoms. Things like exhaustion, nausea, and even headaches in the first trimester for me. And I'm sure there's a plethora more of pregnancy symptoms that some of you have experienced, but those were my big three in my first trimester. Every day I needed to take a nap. Sometimes multiple naps. I was so tired during the first trimester. If you are tired, be sure to take a nap, fit it in somewhere, somehow. Naps are really great during the first trimester. And then the nausea. So I feel really, really lucky when it comes to nausea. Even though I wasn't throwing up, I was still very, very nauseous. So I was making sure to try and get in as much hydration as possible. Okay, enough about pregnancy symptoms in the first trimester. I want to talk about cravings. In the first trimester, I craved granola. I had to have it every single day. Every morning I woke up with some granola and I had it with a little bit of milk, and it was literally the best thing ever. Sometimes I have it multiple times a day. I just could not get enough of granola. And that kind of transitioned into the second trimester a little bit, but this was something that was a must-have for me. Outside of the granola, that was really my only big craving in the first trimester. Let's move on into skincare. In regard to my skincare, when I told my mom that I was pregnant, the first thing that she told me was, you have to take care of your skin. You have to make sure that you are treating your skin and preparing it to stretch, because even though you may not look pregnant right now or your stomach hasn't popped yet, you need to make sure to start treating your skin as soon as possible. So when I was abroad and we were traveling full time, I didn't have access to all of the great goodies that I now use in my routine. However, when I first got pregnant, I started every day lotioning up with some coconut oil and some argan oil. It was something that I read online that was really great for stretch marks and to prevent the stretching and all that stuff. Rub that all over yourself, and this was really great for me. So I also started taking a prenatal and a DHA during my first trimester. I connected with a doctor in Australia and got hooked up on some good prenatals, and that was something that was really important throughout your entire pregnancy, but this was something that you have to start during your first trimester. I now have a completely different prenatal regimen than I did in the first trimester. I actually vlogged about it in detail, about all of the prenatals that I'm taking, my whole regimen, about vitamins and everything it is that I'm taking. So if you guys are interested in seeing that in more depth, I will link that in the details below. But in the first trimester, I just started with prenatals and DHAs. Okay. So the other thing that I did in the first trimester that was really key for me was reading. So my mom read the book What to Expect When You're Expecting. I don't know if you guys have read the book too, or if you've seen the movie. I love that movie. That was really key for me. That was the first book that I read. I actually have a Kindle that I traveled with, and this was really great. I downloaded that book on my Kindle, and that was my first read as a pregnant mama, and it was such a fun read, and it was fun to talk to my mom about it and sharing her experience too. After Jeremiah and I decided we wanted to go the midwife route, I downloaded the book Ina May's Guide to Childbirth, which is incredible. If you are planning a natural birth, you want a natural birth, you're doing a midwife, anything on that natural scale, Ina May's Guide to Childbirth is literally the book for you. I would start with that. That would be my first recommendation to any woman that is pregnant. It is a great book. It has such great stories of women giving birth. It is a great book if you guys are interested in learning a little bit more about natural childbirth and midwifery. I have nothing but good things to say about it, so go out and get that book. Okay. Now on to the second trimester. The second trimester is way easier than the first trimester, other than this is when your body is starting to physically change on the outside that you can actually see. So your body is changing, you may need to adjust some of your clothes to get stuff to fit right, and it's all just such a wonderful process. The great part about the second trimester is I got my energy back. So I was exhausted in the first trimester and I was nauseous. That all went away in the second trimester, and I got all of my energy back. The other thing about the second trimester is that my cravings changed a little bit. I no longer was obsessed with granola. What I really wanted and what I craved more than anything was smoothies. I had a smoothie every single day in my second trimester, and I've had a few in the third trimester too, but every single day in the second trimester, I needed a smoothie. And part of that was there's a lot of fruit and vegetables in smoothies, which are great, but something that's really important in pregnancy is to make sure that you're getting enough protein in. So I found the very best, the cleanest, the most natural, the most amazing plant-based protein powder right here by Truvani. This is the best protein powder ever, and this has been great in my smoothies. I've been adding this, there's like 20 grams of protein per serving, so it's great to get your day started with some good protein. Okay, so outside of my smoothie cravings, I basically lived in yoga pants and baggy t-shirts up until the second trimester. When we were traveling, yoga pants I wore every single day. As my jeans started to get a little bit tighter and a little bit less comfortable, I transitioned to full-time yoga pants on the road, and then I got a couple of baggier t-shirts for me to wear while I was on the road, which was really helpful. Once I got into the second trimester, the regular Lululemon yoga pants that I was sporting, which I love and can't wait to get back to, they just weren't quite cutting it. They were a little tight on my tummy and kind of restrictive, and I had to transition to maternity leggings, which are great. I got some great maternity leggings from Target. What is this brand? It is the Isabel Maternity by Ingrid and Isabel. And these leggings I basically lived in during the second trimester. So comfortable. If it wasn't so hot in Arizona right now, I'd probably still be sporting these on a day-to-day basis. However, it's a little hot for long pants. So I have something even better if you're in a hot climate and you're pregnant. That is going to be shown in the third trimester part of this video. I started feeling the baby move at about 20-ish weeks, and then I popped around the 23 or 24 week mark. Also around that time, I had to invest in my very first ever body pillow. This big guy. This is quite the body pillow. Because I am a stomach sleeper, I had to invest in one of these, as I could no longer sleep on my stomach when I popped. It wasn't comfortable anymore, and it's not great. So I had to invest in one of these guys to transition from stomach sleeping to side sleeping. And let me just say, this pillow, it's gold. If you are having any type of trouble sleeping during your pregnancy, I highly recommend investing in a sleep pillow. At the 26-week mark, I invested in some cute maternity clothes. I was continuing to grow and grow and grow, and I wanted something that I could continue to grow into that would last me throughout the third trimester, but I also wanted something that was comfortable, cute, convenient, and I definitely found that. I did a vlog about my maternity clothes haul, and so I'll definitely link that in the details below so you guys can see all those cute clothes. The other maternity places that I like, actually Gap has a really good maternity line, and so does Target. So Pink Blush, Gap, and Target are my go-to maternity places for clothes, and I feel really, really cute, and everything's really comfortable. Okay, so the other thing I did in the second trimester is when we got back to the United States, I wanted to invest in some really great skincare. I wanted some pregnancy and nursing safe skincare for my face as well as for my belly. I fell absolutely in love with this all natural, chemical free skincare company called Primarily Pure. This stuff is awesome. My face is so clear and it feels so good and it's so fresh at night when I go to sleep. I also transitioned from the coconut oil and argan oil I was using and got some really good stuff. So what I've been using is the Burt's Bees Mama Bee Belly Butter with shea butter and vitamin E. And I lather myself up literally from chest to knees every single night with this stuff. And then once I've got my lotion on, I lather myself up with bio oil. And it is such a great combination. I can say with full honesty that I've been using this the entire second trimester, well into the third trimester, and I don't have a single stretch mark yet. So I swear by this stuff. This stuff is great. Lastly, in the second trimester, I switched up my prenatal regimen. I mentioned this a little bit early that I did a vlog with my whole regimen and all the vitamins that I'm taking. So I'll just highlight this and then I'll add that video down below. But in the second trimester, I was taking prenatals, I was taking DHAs. What I added in extra for the second trimester is a probiotic. The other thing that I added in was a vitamin D3. Lastly, and most importantly, is I started taking magnesium. And there is this great thing, it's called Calm. This is a magnesium supplement. This helped me monumentally. So that's it for the second trimester. The second trimester is so fun because your body is changing so much. You start to feel the baby, all those little wiggles and kicks and stuff like that is absolutely incredible. There's nothing else like it. Okay, so the third trimester. The third trimester is wild. Your body goes through a continuous growth spurt and it does not stop until you deliver the baby. Every week you're getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger to the point where you think you couldn't possibly get any bigger and that you might explode. So about the 32 or 34 week mark, somewhere in between there, I actually started leaking a little bit, so I had to get some of these guys, some nursing pads. I also invested in the most comfortable cycling shorts, maternity shorts, like short leggings, whatever thing in the world. So these are my maternity shorts. They call them like maternity cycle shorts because they're a little bit longer and then they have this nice little belly band and they are the most comfortable shorts ever. The other thing that I have not invested in but I have stolen is my husband's t-shirts. His t-shirts are just so much more comfortable at this stage in pregnancy. All of my shirts are just a little snug and his are so perfect. So if you guys are able to wear your husband's t-shirts, I highly recommend it. You guys don't even have to go out and buy any more shirts. I just live in those cycle shorts and my husband's t-shirts and it's perfect. The other thing that I started taking in the third trimester was electrolytes. There's so much heat going on here in Arizona and electrolytes are super important. Not just here in Arizona with the heat, but if you're pregnant, electrolytes are really, really good for you. I found these great hydration tablets by Nuun, N-U-U-N, and these have been really great. I take one a day, I just put it in a little bit of water, wait for it to fizzle out, and then I drink it. And it gives me a little bit of a boost and it's really, really helpful throughout the day. So I highly recommend these. Also in the third trimester, I started craving sweets. More specifically, Sour Patch watermelon. Oh my gosh, I cannot get enough of Sour Patch watermelon. These are my absolute favorite candies in the whole world. Got 5 weeks left and you have to indulge from time to time. So get yourself a fun indulgent sweet. The other thing that I started to experience in my third trimester, and more specifically, literally in the last like couple weeks, the 33rd, 34th week, is heartburn. I have been getting a lot of heartburn and most of the time it's when I lay down at night and I'm ready to go to sleep, all of a sudden it hits me and it's super severe. So I actually got this really awesome antacid tablet. If you guys have heard of Melaleuca or know of that company, Their antacid supplement called Calmacid has been a lifesaver for me. Well, that's about it for my pregnancy. I feel like this pregnancy has been pretty smooth for me, and I'm so grateful. If you are pregnant or have been pregnant and there's something that has been a great find for you or has been really helpful for you to get through your pregnancies, please let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear what has worked for you guys. All of the products that I mentioned, I will try to get links to and link them in the details below so that it's easy access for you guys to shop or buy or peruse, what have you, on Amazon or wherever I got the product. So I'll be sure to link all of that in this video for you. Well, we have 5 weeks left until my due date, which is so crazy and so exciting. We honestly cannot wait to meet little baby Dempsey and find out if baby is a boy or a girl. I'm gonna be doing a what's in my labor bag video here soon, so be on the lookout for that. Thank you for watching this video. I'm so grateful. Be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you guys haven't done so already, and we will see you next time. Have a good week.